So the BBC is quite fortunate when it comes to relevance at the moment, which is that we reach about 97% of the UK population. In terms of how we become more relevant, I think it's probably for us a case of how we maintain our relevance. And I think that to do that, it means understanding the market context really thoroughly in which we operate. When you think about brands that haven't remained relevant over time, you think about people like Kodak, who became far less relevant and are sort of irrelevant now because they didn't invest in digital. It's because they didn't really look properly at what was going on in the market. So I think in order to maintain our relevance, we have to constantly keep an eye on what's going on out there. And I think we have to constantly understand all of our audiences and the diversity of our audiences as well, to understand what their needs are, what their wants are, what their expectations are of an organisation like the BBC. So I think a key challenge for us is maintaining the idea of public service broadcasting as an idea which is relevant in a modern age. But that's absolutely something that we're looking at the moment, how you reinforce that idea of public service broadcasting. And doing all of those things, I think you just have to be really astute and keep your eyes open to maintain relevance.
Making the Nutmeg brand more relevant in the future is going to require us to stick to some pretty old-fashioned principles, I think. And the first of those is knowing that we have a set of values and that those values are not to be disturbed, no matter what happens and how well or how badly things go in the future. For example, so the customer obsession, which is something we've learned about also today with the profit findings from the survey. Nutmeg, we have this customer obsession belief, and making sure that we are always following through on that, and always, even in 20 years' time, doing the same thing that we did when the company was created, asking the customers what it is that they feel and how we are treating them and how we are impacting them. So I'd say even though we're moving forward to new challenges, the best way to stay on track with your culture and to make sure it's doing the right thing is to stick to the values that you created in the first place.